Hi everybody, welcome back to yet another video on my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I make my thumbnails. So yeah, and also by the time you're going to see this video, it's going to be my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Anyways, so first things first is I find a spot to take my thumbnail picture. So I would just find an area that I want to do my thumbnails at. Sometimes I like to match it to the colors. So for example, here is nice because I can match it to my flowers. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So either I can do standing or sitting on my horse. I don't know which one I'll do. Honestly, I don't know. Sometimes I fiddle around with this until I like it because I can get a little bit picky with this stuff. I think right here is nice. And I might do it like off my horse. It just depends on how I want it. So sometimes I could go like this, or I could do it on my horse. And usually I do a emote. Usually I just test out what emotes I like. So for example, the follow emote. And then I would just test it out, and then I would see that my horse is looking really grumpy, and then I would decide that it's not good. So I usually do the emote when my horse looks fine, but not completely terrified. So I usually just play around with this until I like it. So I'm going to speed this process up because, because it can take a little while. And for example, I really like this photo kind of, so I'm just going to turn up the settings a little bit, and I don't know if this is going to be like my final product, but it might be, so I just change it to where I like it. And then I might just do, a couple of different emotes just to see how I like it. But I don't really want people in the background. And this is just a process of me testing things out, etc. So yeah. Sometimes it can get a little bit laggy because I'm on a Mac, and Macs are laggy, so don't mind that. I just test out a couple of different emotes, and then once I found one that I like, oh my god, look, someone has the new horse there. So once I think I got the right thumbnail picture, I'll get on my horse and start editing the actual photo. So I'm gonna explain kind of what I use. So I use GIMP mostly to edit the photo, and then I use Vector for the Star Stable Online logo kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go open up GIMP and then show you what I do next. So GIMP is completely free, so this is the GIMP that I use. Just click on it to open it, and then it'll open. Okie dokes, so it's loading here as you can see. So then import your files. You can go to File, Open, or Open as Layers, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna have to cover up that because that's my real name. And then you can just find the photo in here. But what I like to do is I like to go in my Finder, find a screenshot somewhere. I have a bunch of weird screenshots. I really need to organize this. And then I would just import the ones that I want to use, and then into GIMP like this. Okay, yeah, so then I just decide which ones I like, or which one I like better, which in this case, I don't know. So I'm just going to look and decide. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this photo because it just looks a little bit better, so I'm gonna do this one. So once I finally decided, I go up here to this top one, and in case I want to crop it a little bit where I wanted it, but I think this one is actually pretty good. But then you would just go to crop to selection, but I'm not gonna do that. I would go to filters and light and shadow, and then I would do a lens flare. This is what a lens flare is. So I just add it where I feel like it looks nice, and in this case I really like it there. So then I just press OK. I kind of like to make it a little bit lighter, so I go to colors and then shadows and highlight, and then this window pops up, and I just like to adjust it until it's to my liking. In this case, I do, and you can also see how it looks. So this was before and this was after. It doesn't really do much, but I still like doing it anyways. And then start reading the text. So I click on this A icon, which is the text icon, and then I just kind of do this, which kind of puts the text in this area, and then you can just type whatever you want. So I have this Beauty and the Beast font already installed on GIMP. My brother helped me with this, so I don't really know how to do it, but I think there's tutorials out there. There should be. So yeah, I just downloaded that into GIMP, and then I write how I make my thumbnail. Sometimes I need to make the just text smaller, so I would do that. There we go. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make this one a little bit more fun. So once I find the text I like, I go to this move arrow, and then this is important. If you just looked anywhere kind of like on this outlined text, it's gonna automatically move the main photo. So you want to try to select it where the text actually is. So as you can see, I selected that, and then I can move it. So anyways, so the reason why I'm not putting it kind of down here is I want to do a little bit of today I want to make a little bit of a fun picture. I'm going to go back to my Finder, and I'm going to select this photo right here, and I'm going to drag it in here. If it can load, I'm going to drag it in here, and then I'm going to hide all these other layers so we can just have this one, and then I'm going to just make it really small by going into here and then dragging it to make it really small, or decently small. And then I'm going to press scale. I'm not that good at explaining things, so this isn't really a full tutorial on how I do it, but you know, I think you get the point. So you kind of, in this one, I want to do kind of like a before and after, if that makes sense. I hope it does, because I'm not very good at explaining. So I'm just going to have that one there, and I'm going to change it once I finish doing this one. So now I'm gonna go and blur things that aren't blurred a little bit. So I go down here to this kind of raindrop, and you make sure it's selected on blur and not sharpen, and then I just can change the size here, and I change it to a reasonable size, and then I blur the places just to really make sure that they're blurred, because I don't really want them not to be blurred. So yeah, I really think that they are blurred, so I'm not really gonna blur them, but usually I would blur them under the horse here, under Lulu, just blurring. Now I kind of like to do a little bit of some sparkles in the air. Select kind of like a color here, for example, my shirt, and I would just use this color, make it lighter. You'll see me doing that a lot. And then I go with my airbrush, put like the opacity down, and then it makes little cute little spots like that. So that's what I like to do. Depends on how short the opacity should be. Sometimes I like to do them little different sizes. I feel like they're fun, so I just do those. And then I do bigger sizes. So then I go in and blur them just so that they kind of fall in the background, if that makes sense. So I just go over them in my blur tool, making sure they're all blurred, and again make sure it's blur, not sharpen. And then once I have basically everything blurred, then I'm going to finally work on the text so it's not so bland. So if I right click it, I go alpha to selection here, and by doing alpha to selection it kind of selects it, and then I select a color. So I'm going to make this color a little bit darker, and this is what I'm going to use on the text. So that color is nice, for example, and I like to go in the airbrush, and then I kind of just go over it like this, and that's how it gets that nice ombre effect. And then I do the same thing with the top one. It isn't going to be perfect, but like that. And then I do select all, so that just goes away. And then yeah, now all I have to do is I have to do the last part. So this kind of works how to export this already. So I go to file and then export as, and then it'll just save it to wherever you want to save it. I'm just going to save it to documents for now, but I usually end up deleting it anyways because I don't need a bunch of thumbnails everywhere. So yeah, big habit of just going back to start stable and like checking. See, this is what I hate. I will always get like club invites, and I don't like saying no to them, but I don't really need to be in a club at the moment, so unfortunately I need to say no. So now I'm going to go to my documents, which are here, and I need to save my thing. So now that I have put it in here, so I'm going to make this one, oh god, smaller. So I do Shift S or just go to this kind of icon. And oh god, this is the wrong one. I'm not on it today. I'm just going to make it small. I don't know how small, hopefully as small as the other one, even though I don't think I'm gonna get exact. So now that I have those two, I kind of have to just put them on here. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. See if I can manage it. So anyways, so now we have this. It's a little bit blurry, but oh well, it's not that clear, but that's okay. And then I'm going to do a little bit of like a before and after. So I'm going to write before and it's huge. So selecting it all, somewhat all. Oh no, I can't be selected all. That's not good. Oh god, that's huge. Yes, no. So see, I'm just going to make it pretty tiny. Okay, so then I'm gonna move it using the technique I told you guys a little bit ago. I'm just going to kind of center it to where I need it to be centered. Oh boy, I have myself in a little bit of a pickle, but it's fine. Okay, you know what we can do? There we go. Now that I have that centered, I'm gonna actually work on the text because I don't really like the purple color right now. So yeah, see, that's pretty. And then just to make it not as boring, I would just do alpha to selection and then do just like some teeny white dots here and there, if that makes sense. That does not make sense at all. Really, I would do this *Stars2 logo, but looking at this, I don't really see a spot I can put it in. So I don't think I'm gonna do a *Stars2 logo on this one. I don't know, but I don't think I can fit it anywhere. And this is basically the complete thumbnail. So I'm gonna double check I have everything, how I make my thumbnails, and it's all good. So I'm going to go to file up here, which you can't really see, and then export as, and then save it. My documents, click export, and if this pops up, it's the one that I already had before, and I'm gonna press replace, and then yeah, it'll save. And then that's basically how I make my thumbnails. This is gonna be a great 30-minute long video to edit. Yay me! So yeah, anyways, that's gonna be basically it. So once this finishes loading, I'm going to just do my outro, and then that is how I do my thumbnails. So let's do my outro. Bye everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!